Hi guys, today I wanted to give you update on all of my propagation projects. I actually recorded the plants, and when I was doing intro I look at my video and I felt like I look so tired. Even now I feel like I'm looking still tired. I was sick for on and off for 2 weeks, but probably the worst has been the last 6 days. 5 days in a row I had fever, resulting in going to emergency room and learning that I'm positive for influenza. Not having flu for over 2 decades, I forgot how miserable it can be. It really drained all of my energy, and I haven't done really much, just laying in bed. And a good thing with succulents is when you're really sick and you just leave them, they'll be fine. They shed a little bit more leaves because a lot of them hasn't been watered for 2 weeks, but overall they did really good. So let's take a look how my propagation projects are doing. So here is how my propagation tray is doing. As you can see, most of the leaves have started producing roots, and some of them even maybe forming small rosettes depending on the leaves. So here's one, second one, third one. I think this one has a little rosette starting to form, and this is the fourth one. This one has just like a little root just coming out. This one is not rooting yet. Then this one is rooting. This one just starting. This one is not doing anything yet, but the leaf looks good, so I think it's just delayed. These two, I don't think they're rooting yet, or maybe let me see. Oh, this one is. It started rooting. This one is rooting. This one here, not yet, not yet. This one is not yet, and this one here, not yet. So there is some that are not rooting yet, but majority is. These were propagations from the leaves that were propagated maybe a month and a half earlier, so they already have nice sized rosettes. The leaves have dried. Then this is one of those echeverias that had a lot of babies, and I am propagating the babies. They all have roots, and these are the cuttings from my chrysula. They all have roots, and some are quite firm, you know. Here I can pull one out so you can see, and some of the little ones as well. I can pull maybe these. So they all have little roots, and I'm starting to water them. So all of these leaves came from this big echeveria, if you remember, and that one is starting to grow some rosettes. There is one here, then there is one right here in between the leaves, and I have seen some starting to shoot here from the bottom of the stem, right there. Yeah, and it has been a little bit slower, but it is January, so I think everything slows down. And this was the top of this echeveria, and I don't know if it, oh, it does have some roots, as you can see. So everybody's doing their own thing, and then these were cuttings that I took just maybe a week prior to doing the tray, and these are doing great. They're all rooted, and they're starting to grow new leaves. Actually, this one is growing the double, double branches. So looking really good. Next thing I want to show you is this Chrysula Ivory Towers, which is like a really big string of buttons. And when I had my last Chrysula update, I was telling you that I was not sure if I'm gonna behead it or not, and I did. So these were all the cuttings, and they all rooted. This one is really firm, so I cannot even pull them. This one is not very firm, so this one doesn't have root yet.
but the other ones do. If I can't pull them out, then I'm just, even the little one, just this little one, this one is firm. Even this one has. So most of these rooted, and then this is the leftover plant. And as you can see where I took the cuttings, there is double branching happening. So here, I don't think this one is growing anything yet, but this one is. And yeah, and then there was these two little rosettes that were coming out from the little stem. So I'm excited to see how this one will progress as well. Just a quick update on some of my echeverias that came as cuttings. So if you remember, this one I got for my birthday, end of December 2019, and now it's end of January 2020, and it has rooted and has stopped shedding a lot of leaves, maybe like 1 or 2 a week. Here is one that's dry, but overall doing pretty good. And this one also has rooted really quickly, and it's now growing well. This one I just recently got, so I think it's still rooting. These I beheaded about a week ago, so these are just preparing to produce roots. I think it's called Echeveria Golden Glow, and you can see in my last update how it looked, a little leggy, so I just decided to behead it. And then let's see if there's anything else here. This is the ghost plant that I trimmed quite a bit about 2 months ago, and as you can see, it's pretty big again. It has some beautiful colors. This is all new growth in the middle, the younger new growth, and it sheds quite a bit of leaves, and it gets dry because it's a little bit root bound, so I really need to soak it. That's the only way to give it water every few weeks. And these are all like cuttings that I took that are all rooted and doing really well. My Echeveria Fred Eye is doing really good. I'm thinking about beheading this one and rooting it. And yeah, I also beheaded this one here, and I hope it's gonna root. It did have some issues last year, and this year a little bit of some kind of black on some of the leaves, so I hope it's gonna be okay. I think it's called Echeveria hagaitomimensis, something like that. I also cut the blooms on this Chrysula springtime because they were collecting a lot of aphids. Actually, there was like a bunch of aphids on the blooms. So when I cut the blooms off, it started double branching. I see here double branch, or just popping new branches just below where I cut, like here, as you can see, or here. So that's gonna be nice to see some new growth. Really exciting. I love watching succulents grow. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this one. So I also took cuttings of this beautiful Chrysula green pagoda, and as you can see, it's where I beheaded, it's growing some new branches. This one doesn't look very good though. I think it's gonna dry up, but here is the other one that looks healthy, growing double branch, and then another one over there. Okay, and the cuttings that I took, they all rooted successfully, as you can see, and I have started watering them, so hope I can have 2 pots of this one or one bigger pot because they're like so pretty.
Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon with new updates.